Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to SvendonLikesGames. I'm Svendon. And today we're going to be talking about Paper Mario. Paper Mario is a series that I have a lot of affection for. It's been around for over 15 years at this point, spanning over 4 console generations and currently 6 games. It's known for many things, including its bright and vibrant art style, creative combat system, and its quirky cast of unique characters. Some of these characters are pretty cool and will help you along your way, and others are complete and total assholes. So today we're going to count down the top 10 assholes of Paper Mario. Because, well, someone's got to do it. Our first asshole we're going to be taking a look at today is Chet Rippo from Paper Mario 64. You can find him skulking around West Toad Town a little earlier on in the game. He offers to increase one of your stats for the low price of 39 coins. Stat upgrades without having to level up? Sign me up! But what you find out is that, in doing so, he lowers all of your other stats in the process. And if you're thinking like a rational person, I shall complain to the Better Business Bureau and take him to small claims court, he promptly runs off the second you buy from him. Yeah, a pretty good indication that someone's trying to scam you is if they say that it's not a scam. If I ever see that guy on this side of town again, he's dead! Our next asshole is Mario. Now I know what you're thinking, how can Mario make the list of top 10 assholes in his own game? He's the hero! Well, for the most part, he is a pretty good guy, but there's one character who he's an absolute jerk to throughout the entirety of the series, and that is Waka. Waka's just a friendly little guy sitting there in Mount Rugged minding his own business, when Mario just approaches the friendly little guy and whacks him across the face for no reason. Well, there is a reason. You harvest his damaged flesh to use as a healing item in battle. Now, apart from making Mario a bit of an asshole, that is just plain creepy. To top it all off, Waka is in multiple Paper Mario games, which means that Mario has the opportunity to do this many times over. Mario, you're mostly a good guy, but sometimes you're a jerk. Next up, we have the most persistent asshole on our list, Junior Troopa. You first meet him in a park where he claims you're trespassing. He challenges you to a fight, which you easily win. Now you'd think that'd be the end of it, but he just keeps showing up. All throughout the game, at the most inconvenient moments, at the most random times. Look man, you attacked me, alright? I was just defending myself. Just go home. Take up a hobby. Like cooking. Going now to Super Paper Mario, we're going to talk about Mimi. She's one of the main villains of the game, but the reason she makes this list is because of, specifically, what she puts you through in Chapter 2. In this chapter, you end up breaking one of her vases, for which she demands a payment of $1 million. Actually, she demands the payment in the form of rubies, which I'm pretty sure is a currency that she just made up. Then, because you can't pay, she enslaves you, forcing you to, in real time, work off the debt. And there are tons of other people here working off the soul-crushing debt that Mimi's put them under. How many damn vases did she have? Mimi does a lot of bad stuff throughout this game, but forcing you to spend 15 real-world minutes running in a freaking hamster wheel, well, that's just unforgivable. There, I've broken the curse of crippling debt, I guess. I'm gonna say that when I finally pay off my car. So at this point in the game, you've made it to Shiver City and have to go speak to the mayor. You head over to his house and are greeted by his wife, who invites you in. Once inside, you find out that the mayor is dead inside the living room. The mayor's wife shows up and is understandably upset and suspicious of the weirdo standing over her husband's dead body. She calls the police, and now Mario is the lead suspect in a murder. This is all a pretty reasonable reaction on her part, except for the fact that Mrs. Penguin lies for pretty much the entirety of this scene. She says that Mario barged in uninvited when he clearly wasn't, and even claims she saw him commit the murder with her own eyes. What an asshole. You know, it's bad enough to lie about something like this, but especially when you're doing it to a cop that is this lazy and incompetent. Speaking of which, BAM! Surprise asshole! The detective himself. Now, you'd think that a detective's priority in this situation would be to arrest the prime suspect and carry out his investigation. Not so here in Shiver City. Here, the Penguin Patrol thinks that the best course of action is to seal off the town, trapping Mario inside, and forcing Mario to conduct his investigation for him, while he just kind of hangs out at the house with the mayor's wife. Come on, man, the body's not even cold yet. Also, it's still laying on the floor beside you. Maybe throw a sheet over it or something. Come on! Oh, there's also the small matter of the mayor's not actually dead. Guess nobody bothered to check. So, yeah. Gourmet Guy is next on our list. He's encountered first in Shy Guy's toy box, pining for some food, and he makes the list for a couple of reasons. First of all, you don't know what kind of food he wants, and neither does he, so he can reject food that you give him. Oh, I'm sorry, I saw you didn't like my charity. It doesn't look like you exactly needed it, though! Secondly, he makes the list for just being spineless. He shirks his duties as Bowser's minion the second somebody gives him some cake. That's all it takes! When encountered as Mario, he gets out of his way. Later, as Peach, you have to bake him a cake, which has to be perfect! And then he just reveals the secret of where the next Star Spirit is, and wanders off. What a spineless wiener! Now, you might be thinking, well, you know, he's not really that bad of a guy, you know, he says he doesn't like Bowser and everything. Okay, that may be true, but if that is the case, why does he need to be given cake in order to help you? Why doesn't he just give you the key? Why doesn't he just get out of the way? I'll tell you why. 'Cause he's a asshole. Our next asshole is Rosie of Flower Fields. At this point in the game, Mario is trying to find water to grow a beanstalk to get to the final boss. He goes to Lily at the pond to get some, but finds out that the crystal that produces water has been stolen. And that crystal now just happens to be in the possession of Rosie. She actually has it when you go and ask her for it, but won't give it to you because she thinks it's pretty. Pretty selfish if you ask me. Ha! Now this makes her an asshole for a couple of reasons. First of all, she's stopping you from saving all of Flower Fields. You know that's where you live, right? And also second, she knows that lilies specifically will wither and die without water. Rosie only gives you the stone when you find something more visually appealing to give to her in exchange. Every rose has its thorns, and Rosie, well, she's got more than most. Now we're gonna go to the 1,000-Year Door and talk about Dupless. You meet him in the Twilight Town chapter. Once you get to the town, you find that the townspeople are being turned to pigs by none other than Dupless himself. He does this because he thinks that it would be funny. You know, I don't turn people into pigs when I get bored. I just make bad YouTube videos. I find it's much less time-consuming and makes me less of an asshole. Once you beat him, he also steals Mario's identity and all of his friends. So, really, this guy is just all-around bad news. One might even go so far as to call him a swine. Now here it is, the #1 asshole in all of Paper Mario is Luigi. Perhaps this choice will surprise you, but Luigi is definitely the biggest asshole in all of Paper Mario. You find him throughout the 1,000-Year Door, running a parallel quest to yours, trying to find the pieces of the Marvelous Compass to save a kingdom. He'll tell you the stories of his exploits after every chapter, but he's always got a little partner with him who tells you the real story, because Luigi is a compulsive liar. While he achieves his goal in the end, he always ends up screwing stuff up for the local people. For example, he trashes this guy's vehicle and even burns this guy in literal lava, and he doesn't even realize any of this. Like, he just goes home at the end of the day, burning hellscape behind him, going, job well done, good on me. Perhaps for you, being a clumsy doofus and a compulsive liar isn't quite enough to make somebody worthy of the title of #1 asshole in a series. Well then, let's go to Super Paper Mario for a second and talk about the Dark Prognosticus, which prophesizes that Luigi is the being that will bring about the end of the entire universe. So, clumsy, compulsive liar, and able to destroy us all. For me, that's definitely enough to earn Luigi the spot of #1 asshole in all of Paper Mario. Well, that's the end. Thank you for watching. Special thanks to my friend Josh for helping me come up with a couple entries on this list. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. leave a comment. Who do you think are the biggest assholes in the Paper Mario series? Finally, if you want to see more videos in the future, click subscribe. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. This is SvendonLikesGames, and I've been Svendon, and I'll see you next time.